Hi, boys and girls. It's time for Read Aloud again, and we are reading The Parker Inheritance by Brian Johnson. We're on Chapter 8. Candace had just bitten into her second oatmeal chocolate chip cookie when Brandon's sister entered the kitchen. She was too busy typing on her phone to notice them. Tori wore all black except for a pair of purple boots and a small silver pendant around her neck. Her hair was natural like Candace's mother's, but longer, with twists reaching down to her shoulders. She looked amazing. "I'm headed off to work," she said, her thumbs flying across the screen. "One of the girls is out sick, so I have to go in early." "Tori works at a clothing store at the mall," Brandon said to Candace. He was munching on the snickerdoodle. "I can't remember the name. They're all the same." Tori looked up. "Oh, hello there." Candace waved meekly. "Hi," she mumbled. A piece of cookie fell out of her mouth. She could have died. "We have company," Brandon said. "Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that," Tori said, pocketing her phone. "You could have told me." She stopped, marched across the kitchen, took Brandon's chin, and tilted his face up. The scratches weren't bleeding, but they were still red. "What happened?" He shook free of her grip. "I fell into a bush." "You're such a horrible liar." Tori turned to Candace. "Was it that little brat Milo?" "You don't have to answer that," Brandon said. "What does this look like, a courtroom?" Tori asked. Candace set down her cookie. "I don't know their names." "Milo's the ringleader. He's about as big as my pinky, but he's really mean. He's just like his older sister." Tori walked to a cabinet and pulled out a bottle of hydrogen peroxide. "You should have put something on those welts as soon as you got home." She doused a napkin and began patting Brandon's face. "Mom and Granddad are going to have a fit." "Not if you don't tell them." "I don't have to tell them. They'll know once they see your face." Tori brushed a piece of grass out of his hair. "Let me talk to his sister. She's home from college this summer. I can probably convince her to get Milo to lay off." "Me getting my big sister to stop a bully? That'll go over really well with the kids at school." Tori kissed her brother on the cheek. "Will you look after him?" she asked Candace. "My brother's the brainiest kid I've ever met, but that clearly doesn't translate to street smarts." "Sure," Candace said. Then she clamped her mouth shut. What was she agreeing to? She had enough problems. She didn't want to add getting beat up to her list. "Thanks." Tori reached out her hand. "By the way, who are you?" "I'm Candace Miller." She shook Tori's hand. "I'm from across the street." Tori sized her up. "Well, let me know if you ever want to go shopping. I get a great discount. Though those shredded jeans are really cool. Kind of retro." Candace wanted to reach down and cover her knees. She wasn't used to getting compliments about her clothes. "They're comfortable." Brandon tapped the table. "Weren't you leaving?" Tori rolled her eyes. "Spoil sport," she mouthed. She tugged on her brother's ear before swiping a cookie from his pile. "Hey, wait a second," he said when she reached the door. "Do you know when Granddad'll get home?" "He's on his way now," Tori said. "I was just texting him." "Since when did Granddad learn how to text?" "Since Miss Kathy made him get a smartphone." She slung a bag over her shoulder. "Our Granddad's got a new girlfriend," she told Candace. Brandon shuddered. "That sounds strange. Old people aren't supposed to have girlfriends." "Okay," Tori said as she went out the door. Even with the door closed between them, Candace could hear Tori's laugh, loud and clear. And we're going to stop there because this chapter is so long. I'm going to pause there, and then when we when we read tomorrow, we'll get to meet Brandon's granddad and see what he knows about Candace's grandmother and about some of the other people mentioned in that letter.